The other thing, a couple things that I noticed, and that were became kind of a signature for him, were these kinds of things in the piano. I don't know if can you hear the piano?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, if you notice these rolled chords, like in bar 17, you'll find these throughout the score. And he had three pianos doing it simultaneously. I was always surprised that he did that. Obviously, it's a wonderful effect, but just the idea, to do that.
Right. So
It's been a
so
point of discussion amongst us as well.
Oh yeah,
it,
okay.
it has.
What
So
the hell is that about?
Well, he used it. He used it in other scores too. I'd have to go back and look to be specific, but I remember for sure it was in Jumanji, and I believe in Balto too. It was something that for me. I mean, I was thinking about it. Depending on when and where it's used, it provides a kind of an anchor and a kind of majesty almost in some cases.
Mhm.
I think it comes into play more significantly later. It's just something he heard, I guess. It was something he felt. And it really just kind of, particularly in this quiet passion. Now, granted, the pianos aren't playing loudly here, but in the midst of this sort of floating, kind of almost ethereal, lovely strings, you have this little rumble underneath that sort of just anchors you. I think it's a great effect, but I don't know where he got the idea from.
Well, it's a great sound and it's really effective, but it weirded me the hell out because I've been listening to this for years and I have, for better or worse, used it as influence. In fact, I discovered there was a cue I wrote at one point that may have borrowed a little more liberally than I realized, and only am discovering it now, 20 years later.
Well,
That sound to me always sounded like one piano and a very pianissimo brass chorus. And that's how I always approached using that kind of structure and that kind of texture. So it was fascinating looking in here and seeing that it was all keyboard.
yeah, and if you look, you could prove me wrong, but if you look anywhere in the score, I don't believe that gesture in the keyboard is ever doubled by brass or strings.
It
It's
is not.
always,
nope.
on their own.